Hey sis, are you done with your little moving project yet? Mom and Dad are here with me. We're wrapping things up to head home soon. I sure hope you've managed to get your sorry self out of there by the time we get back. Don't keep us waiting.
I'm almost done packing my last bag, so I'll be on my way soon.
Oh, you're still here? Seriously? Get a move on already. We purposely went on a trip, hoping you'd be gone when we returned. It's been 3 whole days, for crying out loud. What's taking you so long? Don't tell me you're waiting around for a souvenir before you finally leave.
No, I wasn't. You know what? I've reached the point where I don't even consider myself part of this family anymore. It's become crystal clear how you truly felt about me when you conveniently planned a trip just as I was about to leave.
Can you really blame us? We were just thinking ahead, and unlike you. We know exactly the type of person you are. If we were around while you were moving out, you'd probably try to make us help, right? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but I'd rather not. Oh, and let's not forget that you're a criminal, and we certainly don't accept criminals as part of our family.
Caroline, are you seriously still going on about that? I already explained everything to you the other day. All I did was lend a hand to someone in a restaurant. Anyone in my shoes would have done the same thing. I don't understand why you guys refuse to believe me.
You're still clinging onto that excuse, huh? Like anyone in their right mind would believe such a ridiculous story. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it? Returning the missing purse to the old man, only for $10,000 to mysteriously vanish into thin air. Your story is about as convincing as a fish riding a bicycle. If you're gonna lie, at least put some effort into coming up with a better one.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. I had nothing to do with stealing that money. I would never rob an old man, or anyone for that matter. I was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. The old man is extremely suspicious of everyone because of what happened to him. It's natural to point fingers at a stranger who was trying to help. But the frustrating part is that nobody believes me. Nobody stands up for me. Can you imagine how hurt and alone I've been feeling? We're family, and I need your support.
The reason everyone, including the old man, suspects you is because you're the criminal here. No one in their right mind would want to defend a criminal. It's crystal clear that nobody believes a word you say anymore, so why don't you do us all a favor and just own up to the truth? If you apologize, we might forgive you.
How many times do I have to say it? I didn't do it. Why don't you guys believe me? This is ridiculous.
Who would even believe a person like you? Back in middle school, you were nothing but a troublemaking delinquent, wreaking havoc and earning yourself a lovely reputation with your teachers. And let's not forget your stellar achievement of getting rejected from one college and not having the guts to give it another shot. Your whole story is just a sad tale of letting people down and being an absolute failure.
That has absolutely nothing to do with what we're discussing here. Instead of supporting a family member in a tough spot, you decide to kick them to the curb? That's not how you treat your own flesh and blood. We've known each other since day one, and yet you choose to turn your back on me like this? It's just not right.
Sis, it's high time you quit pointing fingers at others and actually take a good hard look at your own faults. You're just playing the victim card, whining about how your oh so cruel family won't come to your defense. But you have never stopped to think that maybe you're so incredibly untrustworthy that even your own family can be bothered to stand up for you.
I've had my fill. I get it loud and clear. It seems everyone is dead set on believing that I'm some kind of criminal. Well, congratulations. You win. I'm leaving today, and I want absolutely nothing to do with you people from this moment onward. Are you all happy now? You got exactly what you wanted.
Wow, are you serious? We were actually thinking the exact same thing. If you had just confessed and sincerely apologized, we might have considered letting you come back home. But hey, it's never too late to admit that you're nothing more than a pathetic liar.
People who treat their own family like criminals aren't family to me either. Especially when there's zero evidence to back up their claims. After today, I'm washing my hands of this so-called family. And you can go ahead and pass the message along to Mom and Dad too. They've hurt me the most in all of this mess.
Oh, really? Now? That's okay. I'll pass the message along. That works out for us, seeing as having criminal in the family isn't a good look. We just know the neighbors would sit there judging. They would definitely stare at us like vermin every time we leave the house.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did, considering our lovely neighbors. But you know what? I'm distancing myself from this awful excuse for a family. And it's honestly such a relief. I have no interest in being associated with people who care so much about what the outside world thinks of them. Good riddance, I say.
It's actually us who don't want to be associated with you. There's not a single redeeming quality about you. Here I am, still in university, while you're a supposed grown adult. Don't you think it's about time you started acting like one instead of wasting your life away playing video games? It's beyond embarrassing to have you as a sister. I was hoping for someone with a strong work ethic, someone who actually strives for success, not a lazy game-addicted disappointment like you.
Whatever job I choose to pursue has absolutely nothing to do with you. I won't be the one to judge what kind of work you want to do either.
Yeah, but it's downright irritating to have a sister who couldn't even get into college. Can't even manage to find a job and just sits in her room, wasting her entire life away. Every time I pick into your room, what do we see? You, glued to that screen, playing games, and I mean always. I've never witnessed you doing anything else productive in your miserable life.
Give me a break already. What's the big deal if I enjoy playing games? I work hard to cover my own expenses. And how I spend my free time is entirely up to me. So why don't you mind your own business?
No, you don't understand. Your actions affect me too. Whenever the elderly neighbors come up and talk to me, they ask about you. They ask me things like why they haven't seen you and if you're enjoying your work.
Yeah, they definitely sound like a bunch of gossip-loving folks. You don't have to be their best buddy or anything, you know? If their constant questioning is getting on your nerves, just don't engage with them. And you know why they ask you those things, right? It's because you're always spewing negativity about me to anyone who will listen. If all you do is go around this street bad-mouthing me and calling me a worthless nobody, obviously I'm going to become the star of their little chit-chat sessions.
Well, it's true. You really are a good for nothing. I know it's hard to think of anyone apart from yourself, but think of how it affects Mom and Dad having a failed daughter leech off the household for so long. They're worried about how long this will last for.
I've literally told them 1,000,000 times that I'm grinding away at work. But no matter how many times I say it, it's like they're allergic to the truth or something. Look, if you're getting all bent out of shape from people bugging you about me, maybe you should cut it out with the gossip mill.
Instead of whining and making excuses, how about you actually get off your lazy butt and do something worthwhile with your pathetic life? Stop projecting your pathetic flaws onto others. It's your favorite hobby, isn't it? Blaming everyone else for your own incompetence. Here's a thought. Maybe you should book yourself a nice little therapy session before you end up driving everyone around you to despise you.
It doesn't matter what I say. I'm not getting anywhere with this. What I do has nothing to do with you. I'm not doing you any harm, so back off.
You're causing so much damage, it's unbelievable. Your reclusive behavior is affecting the entire family, and it's incredibly thoughtless towards both mom and dad. Do you have some sick desire for everyone to despise you? Pull yourself together, start behaving like a decent human being, and maybe, just maybe, people might actually start liking you a bit more. But hey, who am I kidding? It's probably too much to ask from someone like you.
I'm not on this planet solely to win everyone's approval and make them all like me. It's your own problem if you're all worked up because I couldn't care less about what others think of me. I'm paying my own bills, aren't I? But no, you still have the audacity to say I don't have a job. How do you think I'm paying those bills if I didn't have a freaking job? Use your brain for once.
Don't act like it's some extraordinary feat to pay your own bills when you're supposed to as an adult. And guess what? I'll have you know that I'll be wrapping up college soon and actively seeking a new job. Like you, I'll be landing a sweet gig in a big corporation with a fat paycheck. Meanwhile, you'll just sit there in your room stewing in bitterness and jealousy over my success.
Cool. Do whatever you want. Why should I care? It's not like I couldn't have gotten a job like that if I wanted to.
Yup. Keep spinning your little tails. It's all you're good at. Pathetic shut-in like you wouldn't know the first thing about landing a decent job. Don't even try to act like you had any choices in life because we all know you're stuck at home, going nowhere. It's been quite a while since you're still mooching off everyone. I sure hope you haven't resorted to stealing things while we're away, but then again, I wouldn't put it past you.
I'd hate to have any of your stuff around me. I don't need unpleasant reminders. I'm checking I haven't forgotten anything. I don't want to have to come back here a second time.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Feel free to comb through every nook and cranny, Sherlock. After all, we wouldn't want to be the criminal mastermind to come crawling back, would we? We've put so much effort into getting her out. It would be a shame to let her ruin our hard work.
I don't want to see your faces either. I'm checking everywhere possible. I won't tell you my new address either. Don't try and find me.
Trust me, nobody in their right mind would ever want to follow in your footsteps. We're the ones booting you out. So, why on earth would we waste our valuable time chasing after you? Let's be real here. You're much more likely to come crawling back to us, whimpering like the pathetic soul you are.
Good! Stay away from me. I know if something bad was to happen, you would all try and use me. Even if you found out where I lived, there's no way you could get inside the house anyway. You can sit at the door screaming for all I care.
How many times do I have to say it? Absolutely no one gives a damn about where you slither off to once you're gone. The moment you turn into a criminal, we were done with you. Mom and Dad have completely shifted their focus to me now, and they don't have to waste even an ounce of their attention on a loser like you. So, do us all a favor and disappear already.
It's not like that's anything new. You've been their favorite since you were born. It's been like that for so long that I stopped caring. But I was hoping that this could be the one time my family has my back. Even though I knew the type of people you were, I thought, just this once.
It's your final chance to throw a tantrum, so go ahead and unleash your venomous attacks. Mom and Dad have never ever held any illusions about you being a decent human being. Anyway, you're well aware that you have to hit the road, so get a move on. Chop chop! We'll be back in just one measly hour, and the last thing we want is to see you in our sanctuary.
Give me 15 minutes and I'll be out of here. Anyway, it's not that big a deal if I have to leave. The house just isn't the same after we remodeled it last year. I'm not that super attached to it.
Where are you going to next? With your empty pockets, I'm guessing some run-down, dilapidated apartment that even a beggar would turn their nose up at. Good luck with your grand adventure to finally attempting to stand on your own 2 feet. It's about time. But Mark my words. Don't you dare come crawling back, sobbing about how much you regret the choices you made. Hey sis, been a while. How have you been? We've all been doing great. We're going to have dinner tonight. You don't want to take along? It'll be our treat.
What are you doing? I thought you were happy when I said I want nothing to do with you. Why are you here messaging me out of the blue? I'm not going to your stupid dinner. Why would I have a change of heart now?
Hey, don't be so negative. We're still family. A dinner is a great way to catch up. Mom and Dad are excited to see you. Just this once, come out with us.
Did you just call me family? I thought criminals weren't considered family.
Yeah, look, sorry about that. I know we doubted you after listening to that old man's testimony. But you went out of your own way to find the real criminal afterwards, right? My big sis is more competent than I thought.
What else could I do? You don't know how it feels when everyone is looking down on you for something you didn't do. I wanted to clear my name, even if I had to do it myself. Even if you know I'm innocent, I'll never go back to a family that drove me out like that. Just continue staying out of my life, thank you.
Don't be so mean. We're really sorry about everything. You really can't come out tonight? It's been so long since we talked.
I can't come tonight, tomorrow, or the day after. I'll be unavailable for quite a long time, so don't bother inviting me. I don't even have a minute to waste on you guys. Don't ever contact me again.
Hold up. Don't go so quickly. All right, I'll stop annoying you about dinner. But let me tell you why I contacted you. We kind of need your help. How much do you earn? Is it a lot?
I knew something like this would happen. My wage has nothing to do with you. Sorry, but I don't plan on telling you. Go ask someone else for the money.
You earn a ton, right? I heard it from some friends. You should have told me. How could I have known this was my sis all along? This whole time I thought you were just sitting at home playing games. I didn't know you were actually a famous streamer. That's amazing.
And what of it? After all the time you made fun of what I do, now you have some respect for me? You're a joke.
So it is you. Having a super famous streamer for a big sister is something to be proud of. I got a lot of friends that are huge fans. You should totally meet them. Not only that, you're ranked 6 in the top earners, right? Everyone in the top 10 earns like $100,000 a year. You must be loaded, sis.
You sound so excited about this. But what's your aim? I've cut ties with you, so I'm not going to meet your friends. Whether or not I earn $100,000 a year has nothing to do with you.
Huh? But I'm saying sorry about what happened in the past. Now that we know what kind of person you are, Mom and Dad and I would love to bring you back in the fold. You've earned our respect, so we'll take care of you. You can come home if you like.
Firstly, I don't want to come home. Secondly, I was serious when I said I wanted to cut ties. Leaving home was the best decision I ever made. I'm living in a high-rise condo now. Much more comfortable, and I don't have to listen to you guys.
Wait, we need you to come back though. This is urgent.
Huh? You need me there? Isn't it refreshing having me out of the house? You said you were disgusted to look at me.
Look, the family is... How should I say this?
You lot have gotten yourselves into a pickle. I knew this would happen.
Wait, do you know what is going on? Did Mom and Dad tell you?
Of course I know. Where to begin? Living expenses for a start, but that's small in comparison to what you really have to pay for. Next is the loan for the remodel last year. That's the big one. Then there's a loan for the new car 2 years ago. Last but not least is your college tuition. That's also another expensive one. Who is paying for all this? But yours truly. Your gaming, shut-in, good-for-nothing sister.
Oh my god! You didn't think that was worth mentioning when I chased you out of the house? Mom and Dad were thinking you would continue paying for those things.
Ha! As if. I'm not going to give money to people that kicked me out of my home. Dad had his pay cut. So all I did was support a little with the expenses. I don't even live there anymore. Paying for your expenses is not my responsibility. Come to think of it, it wasn't my responsibility in the first place.
I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. We really need your help, sis. We can't pay for our daily living expenses. We've fallen behind on the car payments. Actually, they've taken the car. Do you realize how bad that is? We needed to get that around.
Oh my, that can't be good. If you can't pay off the car, there's no way you can pay for the house. Your next move is to sell the house, I'm guessing. Then there's that last little issue concerning your tuition. Your precious dream of working in a big corporation is fading, little sis.
Treat this a bit more seriously. If we don't have a home, where are we supposed to live? After all this, we don't have any savings. Please, just pay enough so we don't have to sell the home. I know we were cruel in the past, but this is a dire situation.
Sorry, no can do. It's your house, so it's your problem. You should get by somehow with the amount Dad earns. Cut back on the things you don't need and you'll be fine.
His money is split between my tuition and our living expenses. Mom and I both started part-time jobs, but even so, we can't keep up with everything. At this rate, we'll definitely have to sell the house. Despite being close to graduating, I'll have to drop out. I'll work too hard for that to happen.
Oh dear. That's an unfortunate ending to your dreams. Just don't forget what you said about me. You'll never end up a failure like your big sis, right? You might want to take back that statement.
I said I'm sorry. Find it in your heart to forgive me. I shouldn't have to drop out just because of a lack of funds. Do you know how hard I've worked to get this far? I've even started job hunting. It's all I spend my time on.
That's true. You have worked hard up until now. I guess you'll just have to work harder with your part-time job and earn some more money. That or let go of that beautiful home and move into some cheap apartment. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just move out. You don't need that extravagant home to complete your studies.
No way, that would suck. Besides, we can't even make that much money off the house. We'll be in the red financially. I can't live a life paying off debt.
You reap what you sow. Good luck trying to make up for the amount of money you've lost. Just so you know, since you were asking how much I make, I probably make more per month than all of you combined can scrape together in a year. Think about that as you toil away every day.
You don't have to say that, big sis. Just this once, please help us. We'll work hard and pay you back, I promise. We're only asking this once.
Let me think about it. Nope.
Huh? Even after I've begged this much? Your family is suffering and you're going to sit by and watch? That's horrible.
Wait, let me think about it again. Nope. Let's say I give you the money. There's no guarantee you will pay me back. Knowing you, I'll bet you say you don't need to pay back considering how much I earn. I know what type of person you are too, sis. So my answer is no.
I can't believe you'd say that. We're family, aren't we? How could you think of us that way?
Hey, that sounds familiar. If I'm correct, I said something very similar to you guys when you were kicking me out. You didn't find it that convincing back then. I've got no reason to help any of you. Suffer by yourselves.
Oh, come on, I'm so sorry. We shouldn't have done that to you. Please, don't do this. I want to finish school. I don't want to end up a failure.
My family persisted in bombarding me with messages that alternated between seeking sympathy and venting their anger. However, I chose to ignore each and every one of them. In the end, they were unable to keep up with the mortgage payments and had to sell the house before the bank could seize it. From what I've gathered, they are now burdened with a significant amount of debt. As expected, my sister Caroline had no choice but to drop out of college during her final year. They now reside in a run-down apartment and work tirelessly every day without respite. I recently heard that Caroline made an ill-advised decision to attempt stealing a wallet from a coworker, and she was promptly caught. It's unfortunate to hear about her actions, but I suppose it's a lesson learned for her. It's ironic, considering how she accused me of being a thief and hurled hurtful words at me in the past. Now she's experiencing the consequences herself. On the other hand, my gaming stream continues to gain popularity, resulting in a steady increase in my earnings. Most importantly, I am able to live life on my own terms, and I couldn't ask for anything more.